All right, folks, today we're going to figure out which one of these throwing putters you should consider. For this hole, hole 1 at Baker, it's 214 feet. As you can see, the ceiling is not super high, so you have to throw a driven shot. I got the Harp, a Pa-3, a Judge, a Zono S, and a Glow Reko. And we're going to see which one of these we can get close. The wind is a little up, and we're going to try to get some quality shots. We're throwing these around 45 to 50 miles per hour, nothing too crazy. And that's within the circle with the Reko. Here's the Harp. I'm gonna have to throw this one a little wider because she's more beefy. And she got clipped, but she's up there. It's the Pa-3. Throw this a little straighter and get that finish at the end. And those Pa-3s, they carry. That one's out too. Here's the Judge. Oh, right over the basket. And then we have the Zone OS. As you can see, they're pretty torque resistant. And that one is a nose dive bomber, holy smokes. That one's pretty overstable. We got some other ones, but I don't think they'd be good on this hole. We have Big Z Luna, Berg. This is the Ace Run Disc, the prototype glitch wannabe. P Model S and an Aviar. So we're gonna throw the Aviar and see what happens. And we do have a little bit of wind. Aviar's flying nice too. Wow. I barely put anything on and that's like 250. This Luna, it's gonna be really hard for me to control because this disc really wants to fly, boys. All right, we're in the circle there. Berg, you always gotta give these a little more juice. They're a 1 glide and they tend to die right where you throw them. Give it a little bit of hyzer too, just a little bit. That's good as well. All right, I don't recall ever throwing this Ace Race disc, so I don't know what to expect out of this, so I'm just gonna go straight at the basket and see what happens. That's in the bullseye. She's pretty glidey. And last but not least, we got that P Model S. That one's a bit deep too, and I barely put anything behind it. So yeah, we threw those at around 45 to 50, maybe 53 miles an hour. So on this short hole, we got the Reko in the bullseye. If I could just make a putt today. Surprisingly, the Luna is in the bullseye. I was expecting this one to go nuts. So she's in. The Ace Race disc is also in the bullseye. But then all of these bad boys are littered all over the place. The Berg went a little too deep. We're about 25 from here. The P model surprised me a lot. I think this one is the furthest one. Aviar, she's about 40. Never putted with this disc before, so I don't know what it does. It goes in. Judge is about circle's edge too. Oh, that was a lazy putt. And then we have the Pa-3 circle's edge also. This is my putting putter. And then the Harp is all the way over here, short and to the left. And this thing is a basket hunter. She will want to dive hard. And we got a zombie. All right, oh, let's not forget the Zone OS. This thing is a beefcake, holy smokes. This is the Brody Smith one. 4215. This is not for children, I'll tell you that. Yep. All right, these putters crank good on backhand. Let's see which ones will be a good forehand. Little 220 foot, severely downhill. I only think you need like 180 of power. Definitely the Berg. Try Brody Smith, Zone, the Harp. What else can we throw? P Model S. And we'll try the Aviar. The other discs, I don't think they'll do good forehand. But since this is a short hole, we could probably throw all 10 of them. But my top picks would be the Harp, the Brody Smith Zone OS, and the Berg. And the reason being, because these have a little more stability. And I don't throw good forehands. So I might get a lot of wobble because my arm speed is faster than I'm spinning the disc. So here we go. This is the Harp. She's about 40. She did not come back as much as I expected it to, but she did follow the line. Here's the Zone OS. I'm expecting this one to come back. Come back a little too much. Oof. That might have gone OB. All right, Berg, we can throw this a little more flat. More at it. Oh, no, you're good. Don't worry about it. And now it went deep as well. We got the Aviar and the P Model S left. Let's see. And like you can see, my forehand control is not that good. So I'm wildly throwing these. That was terrible. That Aviar did not work for me. And if you have a shaky forehand, I wouldn't be throwing the Aviar. Here's a P Model S. We'll see how this goes. And she turned over too. So yeah, the P Model S is no good. The Aviar is no good. They turned over. I threw those flat and I seen them as they're flying. I seen them turn this way. If that's the shot you're looking for, then maybe those might be the discs for that. And I'm trying to throw these as flat as I can. So here's the judge. That's another one that started turning. The Reko glow. And that one turned. A hyzer flipped that one. So that one is also not a good one. The Ace Race prototype disc. I can't even grip this thing. I don't know what this is gonna look like, folks. I would not forehand this disc. And she immediately turned into a roller. No good. I'm expecting the Luna and the P model, the Pa-3 to do the same thing. Here's the Pa-3. Yep, flipped up. And the Luna's gonna do the same thing too as well. Into a roller. And if that's what you're looking for, then great. I think that might be parked. But a reliable forehand, I don't think those discs are gonna cut it. All right, so of all the discs that we threw, the Glow was, Reko was no good, P Model S was no good, Pa-3 was no good, the Aviar was not, and neither was the Judge. So if you needed this to come back on forehand, and it's a short shot, those are not it. The Berg, money. The Harp was really good as well, even though they're deep. The Luna is not good. She turned into a roller and she's way out over here. She's like a 50-footer maybe. And then these are our beefcakes over here that came over. This is the Ace Race disc. This is no good either. This thing turned into a roller as well. I don't even know what you would use that disc for. Zone OS. Don't expect this putt to go in because it's not. Yep. And then here we have the Harp, which is circles, edge-ish. Short circle too. Then the Berg is pin high. We'll take this shot every time. And that is it for that hole. But do they flex though? That's the question. And I only think a handful of these discs are up to the task. I got 4 discs in my hand. I have the Berg. This hole is 217 feet. There are 2 pine trees that are blocking the hole. Unless you have a 200-foot, 4-foot off the ground laser beam, you're not gonna make it to this hole. Normally, I throw a big spike forehand up and around the pine trees and get close to the basket, ideally. But let's see how these would look on a flex shot. About to give it about 20 degrees of anhyzer. And let's see if these things will flex. She's coming out of it. Nope, she held the line the entire way. And she is to the right, about 40 or 50 feet away. All right, we're going P model S, same thing, 20 degrees of Annie. And she held the line, and she did not look like she was coming back. So we got the Harp here, same exact shot, 20 degrees of Annie. I threw that on a roller angle, and she is gone, folks. Yep, she is deep. That's too much Anheuser. Let's lower the Anheuser angle to like 15. And that one came out of it immediately. Oof, that Brody Smith zone is, if you needed this to flex, that is it. That is it. All right, I think the only shot worth writing home about is this Berg, and she's like 45 feet away. She did not flex at all. She kept that Anheuser line the entire way. Ah. And we got the Harp. I mean, if you want distance, this is the disc that you want to throw. I can't even see the basket from here. I'm gonna try a little spike forehand, see what happens. I think I landed in the concrete area. See where the others just landed. Yeah, Harp is not bad. We can make that putt. We got to find our other discs. I think the zone, yeah, the zone is way short over here. Let me get out of this guy's way, and then we'll test these discs for distance here. We'll go back to hole 1 and see which ones can make it to the road. We'll throw all 10. We're gonna open up here. We're gonna start with the really low speed discs. So from this tee pad to the gravel road over there is about 300 feet. I don't expect this Berg to get there, and we have a little bit of wind. But I am gonna put about 60 miles an hour on these things just to give them a chance. And you see that Berg just dies there? I gave that thing a really good crank, and I think it only went 250. All right, the Aviar. That thing is gone, folks. Yep. That's clear on the other side of the road, about 320 feet. Here's the judge. That disc carries really nice. I like that. Here's the judge. The judge is gone also, folks. Clear across the road on the other side, about 340. The pathetic ace race disc, let's see. I have zero expectations with this disc. I mean, she's floating, but look at that late turn. She's right at the line there. Right at 300 feet. All right, here's my baby, the Big Z Luna. And that one's gone, folks. I think that's in the baseball field. We hit the fence in the air, that's 350. All right, Pa-3. This is another one that flies far. Oh, hit my chest on that one, but look at that laser beam straight to 300 feet. Nope, she died short, 280. I hit my chest on that one. That one still had a lot to go. I'm gonna leave these over stable, boys, so I'm gonna try distance lines with them. All right, P Model S. I'm expecting this one to go far too. And remember, we're throwing these like at 62 miles an hour, so. Oh, there we go. That's not bad, 270. And I'm getting tired, folks. Glow Reko. I think this one drives well. Yeah, that's in the street. So that's 300 feet. Yeah, the Reko drives well. All right, now for the Harp, I'm gonna stand up a little bit and see what we can get out of this thing. Look at that thing turn and fade. Boof, hit the back tree. And this Brody Smith zone, I don't think it's gonna go that far, man. I just don't have the arm speed to push it early in the flight. Gotta flex this bad boy. Wonder what this thing looks like in a 70 mile an hour hand. Immediately went to hyzer. I threw that thing with some steam and she went 230 feet. All right, let's go find these discs.
All right, so we just got back and here are my thoughts. For a throwing putter on a forehand, you can't go wrong with the Berg. That thing is gonna go where you throw it and then it's gonna die for you. If you need something to come back hard, obviously the Zone OS is gonna be your #1 pick, followed by the Harp. Those are good discs that I would trust on forehand and not turn over on you into an Annie or a roller. Now, for control, you need a disc to land where you shoot it. The Berg, the Reko, surprisingly the Ace Race disc, and the Judge. Those I felt like I had the most control with them and they went where I threw them. If you're trying to flex a shot, I mean, the Zone OS might be a lot. You might need to put that on a severe Annie line to get the best use out of it. But the Harp is a very reliable, flexible disc. And then conversely on Annie, you would definitely want the Berg, the Luna, the Judge, that Ace Race disc, which was very surprising, the Pa-3 and the Aviar. Those will hold a nice Annie line for you. Now, in terms of distance, if your goal is to get a putter out as far as possible, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't use a driver or something like that, or a fairway. You know, it all depends, right? The difference between throwing a putter and a mid-range is how much ground play you're gonna get, right? Because a putter and a mid-range will do the same thing. And now a fairway will give you a little skip, and then a driver will give you a lot of skip, obviously depending on the angle that you come in. So for distance, The Aviar really surprised me. That disc flew well, it carried nice, and it went really far. Obviously, the Big Z Luna, I've been throwing that disc for ages, and that's the farthest flying putter that I have. Whenever I need something crazy and I could reliably throw it 270 feet where I need it, the Luna is the one that I'm throwing. But the Big Z version, the hard plastic one, they get too flippy. And I did have a special edition one that I lost, and I also have a crystal one too. And those are a little bit more flippy than the Big Z Luna. The Pa-3 is also a very good putter for distance, and so is the Judge. The Judge really surprised me on how hard it could take the crank and stay wobble free and fly pretty far. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Today we filmed a forehand only challenge, but the audio was crap. I'm going to have to refilm that one. But for the record, Mark finished 7 down, and I finished even on the forehand only challenge. And he told me that he doesn't think that he is going to be able to replicate that if we refilm. So my bad on that. The audio was trash. And that's it. We'll catch you on the next one.